Hey guys, welcome back to CC Media, where it's all about Nintendo. Recently, I've been playing a ton of Cadence of Hyrule, and I've been loving it. So today, I'm going to talk about the 10 things I love most about, hopefully I get this right, Nope, I already got it wrong. Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer, featuring The Legend of Zelda. Man, I'm so excited just to talk about this game. So keep in mind that I didn't play the original Crypt of the Necrodancer, and then also this list can just contain tiny things or huge things, basically just 10 random things that I love about the game. So without further ado, let's get this started. Number 10 is the feeling of momentum. I'll admit, the learning curve here is pretty brutal, but once you get the hang of things, the gameplay is super satisfying. Moving around and slashing enemies to the beat of the music never gets old. Number 9, how the music affects the environment and atmosphere. With a game built around moving to the beat, it's obvious that music is going to be important. But not only does the music affect the gameplay, it affects the entire world around you. Enemies nod their heads to the music, tiles on the ground shift around to the beat, and when you defeat all the enemies on the screen, the music becomes calmer and more atmospheric. Elements like this help merge the music with the world and the gameplay so well. The music here really feels like an actual character in its own way. It feels like a true force that's pushing you forward as you journey through these worlds. It doesn't just feel like a background element, which is so cool. Number 8, the map layout changes itself often, meaning you'll never quite have the same experience. For example, when you die in a dungeon and enter it again, it'll be a completely different layout than before. This keeps things fresh and exciting, and sometimes it's even tough to notice because it ties into the gameplay so well. Plus, it just raises the replay value a ton and makes me wanting to come back more and more. Number 7 is the opening title screen. I love that the title music of this game is the same as Ocarina of Time's. They could have easily gone with the classic Zelda theme with its epic vibe, but instead they chose the more atmospheric theme of Ocarina of Time. Not only is this a nostalgic touch, but it proves right away that this game cares deeply about the Legend of Zelda history. Number 6, Cadence of Hyrule uses a huge variety of Zelda music. This game takes music from so many past entries in the franchise. It constantly had me going, hey, I know that song, or wow, I can't believe they put that song in the game. For example, the overworld music alone takes the theme from Tall Tall Heights, The Great Sea, and Ocarina of Time's Hyrule Field. Maybe this is a nod to the 3 timelines, I'm not completely sure about that, but regardless, the soundtrack here is just incredible. Sometimes I'll keep moving to the beat even if I enter an area where there aren't any enemies, because that's how catchy these tracks are. Heck, the music is so good, I even listened to it while I showered this morning. You've got so many classic tunes from Zelda's history, all remixed in ways that honor them without ever feeling bland or unexciting. Number 5, the gameplay is all about being in the moment. Each new area is a puzzle of its own, as the player has to figure out in real time how to maneuver through each new batch of enemies while sticking to the beat and also predicting where those enemies will go next. It's pretty strategic for sure, but also requires some fast-paced thinking that feels really fresh. Number 4, although the gameplay is tough, the difficulty never feels cheap. You're constantly activating Sheikah stones around the map, which you can fast travel to at any time or after you die, meaning you can always jump right back to where you were if you get lost, stuck, or killed. So the pacing is always moving quickly, and yeah, the game is difficult, but partially that's what's so great about it, but also it keeps you moving despite the setbacks that you'll often experience because of that difficulty. Number 3, despite being made by an outside developer and having a gameplay style that's really unfamiliar to Zelda's history, Cadence of Hyrule feels like a Zelda game. The mixture of Zelda's iconic elements with Cadence's gameplay makes this feel both familiar and new at the same time. Like I said, I didn't play the original Crypt of the Necrodancer, but I imagine even if I had, there's something really fresh and exciting about Cadence of Hyrule because it's such a magnificent blend of these two really different franchises and gameplay styles. Number 2, and I probably should have mentioned this way earlier in the video, but this list isn't in order at all, so just keep that in mind. Number 2, the game looks amazing. The 16-bit-esque style is really clean, and especially on a TV with, an HD widescreen format, it looks super nice. This is something I didn't really realize as I was going into the game, but we haven't really had a 16-bit style Zelda experience, top-down, on a beautiful HD kind of format before, and it looks really nice. So that's definitely a good thing. Number 1 is how this game impacts the future of Zelda. Cadence of Hyrule marks an important turning point for Nintendo, as we're seeing them become more comfortable allowing indie developers to handle their franchises. Now, just to be clear, I don't want anyone except Nintendo making the mainline Zelda games, you know, the Breath of the Wild 2s and so on and so forth, at least for a very long time. But I'm all for them allowing others to take a creative approach to Zelda's formula, while Nintendo themselves develop the bigger games. After all, more Zelda games? Sign me up for that. So there you have it. Those are 10 things that I love about Cadence of Hyrule. Let me know what you guys like about the game in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and stay tuned to CC Media for more unique and fun Nintendo-related content just like this. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.